first.
Diogo, how difficult a season has it been for you personally, just because of the injuries once again, and how far away do you feel you are from your sharpest and your best levels now?
Hello everyone. Yeah, it's been a difficult season for me personally. I had a few complications throughout the season. Obviously, these last couple of months are the ones that matter the most, where you decide things, and I don't feel I'm on my best form at the moment, but certainly by playing I will get there, and yeah, always try to do my best no matter what.
Yeah, how far away do you feel you are? What do you feel you need to take that step that gets you to your best level?
You never know. That's football. I don't play alone. This is not an individual sport, so there's a lot of things that you can't control yourself. But one thing you can, that to give your best, and like I said, that's always what I do on the pitch.
We're also seeing Mo on course for possibly the greatest individual season in the Premier League. What do you make of the numbers he's again racked up this season?
It's outstanding. I think at the moment people almost stop counting, because it's like, yeah, it's just doing incredible things, and in the end we'll just see the final numbers, because like you said, it's for sure the player I played at least with the biggest season, and it's like the difference is so big that it's like, let's see the final numbers. Obviously that helps us a lot, because we know we can rely on him to do a lot of things, create chances, either scoring or assisting, and yeah, obviously it's good to have a player like that in the team.
And you're 1-0 up in this tie. You've got a cup final at the end of the week as well, and you're 16 points clear in the title race. How much are you thinking about the possibility of delivering multiple trophies this season?
No, it's a big week. It's a big week. We knew that before. Southampton game was massive because it's the only game we played this month for the Premier League, so we did our job there. And now 2 more games in this week for 2 different competitions. One it's decisive. I think 2 are decisive, but one it's the trophy in the line already. So yeah, 1 game at a time. It's tomorrow. It's a big game, and we obviously want to go through. And obviously on the weekend to win the first trophy. But like I said, 1 game at a time.
Next one, Julie, just wait for the mic.
Hey, Diogo. You had to be very patient in that first leg yourself, and you're a player that just wants to get the ball and put it in the back of the net. When you're facing that type of opposition in PSG, what's that like when you have to stay patient, and do you expect that in this leg?
Yeah, I think they had the ball more than we expected. They dominated the game in a way. They created chances, and obviously we were too far away from their goal a lot of the time. But in the end, we won the game. So we know that. Obviously tomorrow here with our fans, we want to show a different face, and the game will be different for sure. But in the end, we just want to go through.
Luis.
Hi Diogo, do you think that game last week was the toughest of the season for yourself and Liverpool in general?
Yes, I think so. At least in my opinion, I obviously missed some games of the season, but I think the way the game went was not the plan, let's say. I think that shows us as well that even though the things were not going out well, the way we could work hard and stay in the game to eventually take our opportunity like we did means a lot as well, and shows that the character these players have, and that is also a very positive to take into the remainder of the season.
Mo.
Hi Diogo. Tomorrow actually marks 4 years since your last goal in the Champions League, and obviously last
4 years.
season, 4 years exactly, yeah. Obviously you did well in the Europa League last season, but I was going to ask you, are you aware of this? But it sounds like you weren't aware of this.
No.
How determined are you to be able to make a mark in this elite competition?
Let it be 4 years then. I think stats are also a part of today's game, especially, but they don't say everything. But well, I want to score, obviously, but that's not a factor that will impact my game at all tomorrow. And yeah, if I don't score and we go through, I don't mind keep adding a few more days into it.
Carl.
Hi Diogo, you said you're not at your best form at this moment. When would you say was the last time you were at your best form? Because obviously injuries have played a big part in the last few years, really.
I don't know. Obviously, sometimes you can have bad games. Sometimes you can also have good games when the form that you're talking about is like when you have a certain amount of games. I think in the end, as long as you keep being useful to the team, that's the most important. And sometimes not only the stats, but the way you can connect to your teammates and the way you can help the team defensively, and how can you, in the end, help the team getting the win. I think that's what I try to do every time I'm on the pitch. But obviously, as a striker, I want to get involved in scoring goals, creating those opportunities. And every game, it's a new opportunity to do that.
Thank you, Amy. First couple of in.
Arne, Luis Enrique has just said that he thinks whoever wins this tie will go on to the final. But he's also said in the last few days as well that PSG have nothing to lose coming here. So how do you see it?
I think after this game is still a long way to go to the final, and we already know which teams we can face. And I know from playing, okay, there's first Aston Villa or Club Brugge, and then afterwards is probably going to be Arsenal or Atletico Madrid. So all very good teams. But what I do agree with Luis Enrique, that we are a team, Paris Saint-Germain are a team, and 3 or 4 others that are good enough to reach the final. But because it's only 2 games, luck and bad luck can be decisive as well. So it's difficult to say, but both teams are good enough to reach the final. Let's put it that way.
And do you really think that they have nothing to lose, or is that a bit of mind games?
They have a game of football to lose, and we as well. So I do think both they've been in this stage of the tournament for many years now. I think last season they reached the semi-final. We were not even at this stage last season in the Champions League, and the season before this was the round where we were knocked out. So yeah, these teams normally are going quite far into Europe, and yeah, that's it.
If you are to see it through, what difference do you need to see from the first leg?
I wasn't surprised at all about their performance. They've impressed me a lot. Before we played that game, I watched many games of them because we had a bit more time than normally. And I was really impressed by the intensity they play at, the team cohesion, the rotations in the midfield. They are such a complete team, such a well-managed team. And I think we've experienced this this last Wednesday. Some people said we played poor. I don't agree. I think they played tremendously well. I don't think we faced this season a team that combined that much quality with that much intensity. But I do think we can do better. So I'm not saying we played poor or not good at all, but we are a better team than we were last week. And that's something we have to prove tomorrow with the help of our fans.
Apologies.
Two questions really. There was some suggestion that PSG were surprised at the level of Liverpool last week in terms of you weren't very good. Do you have any comments on that? And do you think you'll have to play the best game of the season to get through tomorrow?
Nah, I think what you mean is that some of them have said that Arsenal and Bayern Munich were better than us, and yeah, that's what I think what I've heard. I think what that has to do with the fact that Paris Saint-Germain improved a lot in these 2 or 3 months, and that they play away at Arsenal and away at Bayern Munich in these 2 games. And I saw both of those games. I just said I watched a lot of games. I saw those 2 as well. And they've improved and they've changed. So at Arsenal away they were much lower, waiting much more, and now they just press all over the pitch and take the risk of 1v1 constantly. So they've improved, they've changed, and yeah, it's up to them how they felt. I cannot influence what they felt. I don't even know if it's true or not, but I'm hoping that they have a different opinion after tomorrow night. Yeah, I do think so, because this is the most complete team we've faced so far. And what I mean with complete is, okay, we've faced, of course, Arsenal and City, and it's not that there are big margins, but the intensity they play that with, combined with the quality they have, because, yeah, let's be honest, we are talking here about probably the richest club, or maybe there's one richer club a bit further ahead, but so they have so much quality. And a great manager, because he lets the team play in a way that it's not easy to play against this team, and he brings the best out of every player, and he brings incredible work rate in the team. So that's why I think we have to be at our best tomorrow. But for example, we didn't have ball possession at all. City away, the other richest club in the world, together with Paris Saint-Germain, and at home we had a completely different performance against City than we had away.
Gentleman behind Paul.
I just want to follow up to that. Do you think the players get extra motivation when they hear comments that maybe the opposition doesn't think they're as good as they thought? Or
I don't know. I don't think anyone needs motivation. Not their players, not our players. If you play at Anfield in a knockout stage with two of the better teams in Europe, I think there are 3, 4 or 5 incredible teams in Europe at the moment. And Paris Saint-Germain is one of them, and we are one of them. So I don't think anyone needs any kind of motivation. Not our fans, not our players, not their players, not the staff. We're all looking forward to a game like this, and everyone wants to be at their best if you play the best.
Gentleman behind.
Hi, Arne. Diogo from Caliente TV Mexico. Would you say that this match is the most important of the season for you?
Yeah, because it's the next one.
Why?
Because it's the next one, and the next one is always the most important one.
Okay, thank you.
Julia.
You obviously, got the title race going on. You've got this game in the second leg, your first knockout one here at Anfield as well in the Champions League. You've got a cup final at the weekend. Is weeks like this, they might bring pressure, but is this why you wanted to be Liverpool manager?
Not particularly because of this week. There are many reasons why I wanted to be the Liverpool manager. First of all, because of the history of this club. Second of all, the quality of the players I work with. And third of all, because you would expect us to be in these kind of moments in a season for Liverpool. So you want to compete for every trophy, and when you join this club, you expect to do so. So yeah, it's a nice part of the season. Doesn't give us extra pressure, because at this club, if you're a player or a manager, there's pressure every single day, and that's also what we like. Otherwise, we wouldn't be in this environment.
Now at the back.
Hi, Arne. Luis Enrique said that his team need the ball in order to execute their game plan, and retaining possession was probably one of the areas Liverpool could improve from the first leg. How much is the ability to regain and retain possession going to factor into your game plan and maybe even team selection for this game tomorrow?
Now, of course, we're hoping that we will have more of the ball than we had last week. But again, if you saw them playing, they are very intense when they don't have the ball, which led to them creating a few chances as well, because they took the ball away from us when we had build-up, and that led to a few chances. But in the 87th minute, when the ball was at Alisson, they moved forward with a lot of players. We played it long, and they were open where we could score our goal. And when I watched the game back, I saw many moments that if a few of our players would have done better, then that could have led to us creating chances. I also know from my experience, because normally my team is doing what Paris Saint-Germain is doing, that every other manager always says, yeah, we could have done better in these transition moments. But the thing is, they did exhaust us a bit, more than I wanted, with them constantly pressing us. Yeah, if you then get the ball, sometimes you're a bit too tired to make the perfect execution. And that's why it would be useful for us to have the ball a bit more. And if we have the ball a bit more, hopefully the game opens up also a bit more for us. We know we can do better than last week, but I don't agree with people that said that we had a poor performance. because I do feel that you don't give the right credits to the team that deserves those credits, and that's what Paris Saint-Germain deserved last week. They were incredible last week.
Jan, at the end of the road there. Jack.
Hello, Arne Slot Sport. Alles goed. 10 years ago, you were assistant manager at Cambuur Leeuwarden. And 10 years ago, Luis Enrique won the Champions League. It's quite a difference. How do you look at Luis Enrique, and is there anything you taught at Cambuur is still something that you use today?
Oh, probably yes. Some exercises we do are still the same than 10 years ago, but in football evolves. So as a manager, you need to evolve as well. I've enjoyed watching the Luis Enrique team of Barcelona, and I'm enjoying watching it if they don't play against us again as well. So actually quite similar. So back then he had Xavi and Iniesta. Now he has Vitinha and Joao Neves. Also not the biggest ones, but so versatile and so quick. And lightning fast players up front. And fullbacks that likes to attack. So maybe the biggest difference between his Barcelona team and this team is that they even rotate more. So they were a bit more fixed in positions back then. And now their midfielders just keep on rotating and keep on running. Makes it even more difficult team to play, maybe.
Are you the same as during your time at Cambuur?
Sorry?
Are you the same, like as a person, compared to your time at Cambuur?
I hope so. I hope so as a person. I'm a manager. I hope I improved a bit, but I hope I'm still the same person as I was back then. Yeah, and I think it is like this. Yeah.
Carl.
Hi, Anna. This is the first time you've had a lead to defend. Do you see it that way? Is it a lead to defend, or what balance is it between defending and still attacking in terms of the approach you have to take?
Yeah, it's also only the second time we are facing 2 games. So is there a difference? No. We try to play every game, try to win. That's also what we tried to do last week. It wasn't our intention to be so low all the time. We wanted to have a different game than we played over there, but sometimes the other team, with the help of their fans or their, we both saw what happened. So tomorrow we want to play a different game, but our intentions are always the same. We're not going to go for a draw, or we just want to win every single game, and we want to have the ball as much as we can. At City away, that wasn't the situation. At Paris Saint-Germain, that wasn't the situation. We do take confidence from our home game against City, where we did have the ball much more, and it was much more of an equal game than it was the away game at City. And of course everybody is writing about 27 shots, and that's also what I saw. But if you put all 27 shots in a row, it's not that all 27 were amazing saves of Alisson. He had 2 or 3 incredible saves, but most of their shots were from outside the 18-yard box.
Last couple, Lewis, then the gentleman in the green jumper.
Hi Arne, you're a very calm man most of the time anyway, and always talking about the next game, but in a week like this, you must allow yourself to dream a little bit about, getting to the final of this competition or lifting trophies. Do you?
No, in a week like this, you don't dream at all. You just know you have to work really, really, really hard to prepare the team in the best possible way, and that's what I try to do for every single game. But if you had a game like we had last week, you feel like, can I even go to sleep, or do I have to watch even more? So no, I don't dream at all at the moment about this week. We are just very focused on what we need to do tomorrow. And the week started off in terms of a result really well on Saturday, beating Southampton. And now we are looking forward to tomorrow, because I think everyone looks forward to a game of football like this. At Anfield, 2 great teams playing against each other.
And just quickly, is Cody fit to be in the squad tomorrow?
Yeah, he will be in the squad. Yeah, he trained today for the first time. Yeah.
Last one here.
Hi coach, Xavier Monferrand from Radio France. You told us that you'll be impressed by this PSG. Even you scored a goal at the first game. Do you think it's 50-50 tomorrow?
Yeah, maybe I do, yeah. The result was ours, the performance was for them. I think both teams have showed in the last 15, 20, 25 games that they can score goals from everywhere. So yes, we are 1-0 up, but and that gives us confidence, where it will give them confidence the way they've played, their performance. So yeah, maybe 50-50 is a fair way of looking at it.